So the message that I just got is you're walking down the path of greatness. It may not seem as though that is what's happening right now, but that is what's happening. This is going to be a divine and activation and healing message. So I'm going to allow myself just to be guided on what it is that you're needing to know at this moment in time. I'm getting like this path. There's not much you can see on this path. I'm getting like this path may be scary to you. I'm getting like you don't see how great you are, but this path will be revealing how great you are, and how unique you are, how extraordinary you are, how powerful you are, how limitless you are. Again, you can't see this yet, but there's things that's going to be unfolding and truth that's going to be revealed to you along this path. You could be seeing the numbers 555. This is a new beginning for you. You also could be seeing the number 777. This is a spiritual awakening for you. So this new beginning and this spiritual awakening is expanding, is evolving you. I just got a rose. I don't know why I just saw a rose open up like it was once closed, and I just saw a rose like kind of spread. So that's what I'm getting. It's like what was closed, you may have been closed off, and what's happening is the petals are spreading. The petals are spreading because there's like different layers to you, and you're going to be realizing that as well. As I say, there's different depths to you, and you're going to be realizing that as well. You're in divine alignment, and there are cycles that are closing out. This is a new beginning for you as well. And you're being guided in this time to have faith and not to be afraid in this time either. I'm getting like sprouted, like things sprout. I don't know, things are sprouting up. Sprouts, you could shop at that store, but sprout. What am I getting from sprout? Sprout. You're going to be sprouting. You're sprouting. I'm getting like during this journey, still allow yourself to sprout. Still allow yourself to sprout on this journey. I'm getting like you could be moving to a new environment. You can be going different places. Sprout when you're there. Allow yourself to sprout. I don't know why that word is there. I don't know what that's meaning. I don't know what we mean by that, sprout. Okay, so I did just speak of like how a rose is closed, right? And then how it opens, like I saw it opening up. So that's a sprout. Like that's how flowers sprout. Okay, roses are sprouting. Flowers are sprouting. You are sprouting. You are opening up. Okay, there we go. I'm like, what's going on? So yeah, it's like, I guess it's giving me like, it gave me that image for you to know that you're sprouting, you're growing, you're healing, you're activating. I'm also getting like doors are opening up for you. I'm getting also like your mind is opening up, your heart is opening up. I'm getting that as well. The initials KHF could be significant. I'm getting also KJ as well, LJ, PJ, JT, Kennedy, Haley, Finley. I just got that as well. Could be significant. Going back to what I was saying, you're in divine alignment, and in this time you're being guided, and it's time to let go and surrender, and to allow yourself to be in peace and harmony in this time. This awakening that you're going through is needed so that you can see who you are. This awakening that you're going through at this time is needed so that you can be able to be in this energy of really just of who you truly are. Again, this is a new beginning for you, and you may cannot see much, but you're being guided in this time not to give up at this time. The number 14 could be significant as well. 414, you could be seeing that number. You could also be seeing 411. That could be significant as well. 1 plus 4 is 5. That speaks of that 5 again, 555. New beginnings, a new chapter. This is a new chapter for you. There's an old chapter that is closed. There's an old book. I'm getting, this is a new book. It's not even a chapter anymore. Like, this is the beginning of a new book, and this is the chapter 1. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting like the old book. It's something about something being an old book. An older version. It's an old book. It's put up on the shelf. Not old in like you're old, but old in the older version of yourself. And that book is put away, and like we got this new book with this chapter 1. Chapter 1 is unfolding right now, and I'm getting like you could be guided to write a book along this journey, or you could be writing a book from the awakening that you went through or going through. That could be significant as well. That's what I'm getting at this time as well. There's something about nature as well. You're being guided, and it's time to spend a lot of time in nature. Spend time near water. Spend time near trees, because it's going to help you along this journey as well. It's a lot of wisdom in nature. There's a lot of truth in nature. I know I had to do that a lot. I always found myself in nature all the time, even when I was homeless. I tell many stories about when I was homeless and I was in different states or whatever, and when I was homeless. And no matter what, even if I was in a different state, I was at a park. I was at some city's park. And I would go to multiple cities' parks in one day, just to get the different energies, just to sit still and just see where I was guided. And it's funny because I just allowed myself to be guided. And wherever I was guided, whatever park I was guided to, I would sit there. This is when I was doing Instacart, I was doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, and things like that. So in between those times, in between the orders, I'll go find me somewhere to sit in somebody's city park, and I'll sit there and just allow myself to be guided, whatever I was guided to do, whether it was walk, whether it was sit still, whether it was meditate, no matter what it was, I allow myself to just sit there and just sit still, and if I didn't, I was going to end up there anyway. So like, no matter what, you ever just been so, and I know that I'm guided to say this because I know someone else may be going through this as well. You ever just been so, I just got the word lagged. You ever just been so lagged? You ever just been so depleted? You just ever just been so tired? You just ever just been so out of it that all you can do is sit still? Like, that's all my body really wanted to do, was just be in nature. Like, so let's say I try to go, because like I said, I used to work like 7 days a week. I used to do Instacart, all those apps, morning to night. And let's say, and I would do it constantly without a break. It was one point in time I went through this phase where I get up in the morning, I get ready to do Instacart, I probably do one order. Next thing you know, my body wouldn't move. Like, my body wouldn't even move for the rest of the day. Like, I'm not gonna say it wouldn't move for the rest of the day. What I mean is it like I couldn't get my brain to get out the car some days to go get another order, because unless I went out in nature. Now, once I got out in nature, once I sat still, once I got that time that I needed at a park or sitting in nature or sitting in the grass, then I'll be able to get myself back together and then go and do the orders. But if I didn't listen to my body, basically what I'm saying, like, if I didn't listen to my body of I needing to go sit in nature and be by some water or be by some trees, and I try to just go to work, it wouldn't be successful. I wouldn't have a successful time or moment or a day. And what my body would end up doing anyway was just guiding me straight to the park, straight to nature, straight to wherever I needed to go anyway. So I was like, I should have just did this at the beginning and we wouldn't be here. But yeah, I would end up having to go sit in nature anyway, and just sit still, and my body would not move until it was time, and then I'll get up, and then that's when I'll go. So I've got it to say that because that's maybe how you are at this time. Don't beat yourself up about this at all. You shouldn't beat yourself up about this. This is just your spirit guiding you. This is your body wanting you to listen to it. This is your body wanting to get some sun, wanting to get some nature, wanting to get some some time alone, without the chaos, without the things that's going on. Like, that's what it's wanting in this time. And so I would do everything, like, until I figured out, like, no, your body just want to be in nature. Like, I've had a phase where I was just doing cold showers, straight cold showers. And sometimes I couldn't even, them cold showers, good thing that I was already doing the cold showers, because there would be times my lights would be off and I would have to take a shower in the cold anyway, like cold shower anyway. So I'm grateful that I already had that mindset when it came to cold showers, and doing that at the doing that first. But there were times where I would take cold showers, and there was times that I took cold showers. It's 911 ambulance. You're gonna probably see a lot of the like emergency signs along this journey as well as you're awakening. It's like a wake up call. It's like different wake up call, and then it's like also like it's not only that, it's just like as you awaken. And I'm not trying to say this to be negative or anything, but as you awake, I'm gonna say this: there's a lot of energy that didn't want you to awaken. So as you awaken, guess what happens with the energy that was intentional? I'm gonna say to the energy that was intentionally that didn't want you to awaken, and intentionally that was probably took part in not wanting you to awaken. So I'm gonna let you fill in the blank. So as you awaken, blank, 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 however you want to put it together. But going back to what I was saying, I was and that's just balance. It's not even trying to make things all negative, and it's just balance. It's just things needing to come into balance. It's balance. Things just needing to balance out. But going back to what I was saying, I used to take cold showers, and that's how I used to like get going for the day. Like, it helped me for a very long time, until I realized, okay, after a while, you working, like, so it was one point in time, and I'm gonna keep going in a minute. I know my stories is very relevant, so I'm not gonna stop doing it. I'm not. But going back to what I was saying, because this part is very important. Like, okay, so I was behind on rent, right? I had caught up on rent 2 times. So before I got evicted, I had caught up on rent 2 times, right? So one time my rent was like, how much was it? Like $3,000 behind. So it was one time I went through, like, I said, I didn't even know that my goal was going to be this much. But I ended up making like $10,000 in like 3 months doing Instacart. And that's when I did it every single day. I was taking those cold showers. I was taking cold showers every single day so I can focus, so it can help me focus throughout the day. And that's when I was making about $1,200, $1,000 a week. Some $1,000 to $1,200 a week. I'm gonna say it was $10,000 to $12,000 in 3 months, because I was making like almost $1,000 to $1,200 a week. Now that may not be a lot to some, but to me, that was a lot of money at that time, especially because it was just me. I had to do what I needed to do at the time, not just for me, but for my family as well. And so, going back to what I was saying, I got burnt out doing that, because I still didn't stop. Like, I didn't give myself a break. I didn't stop. I just kept going. And so when it came to the money, I was able to pay my rent back up. But guess what? I went back. Everything happened again, because you think that you're supposed to keep working. But one thing that I had to realize, one thing that I had to figure out, like, and it wasn't till years later, a year or 2 later, when I figured out, like, you can't work yourself like that without a break, or without, I'm not gonna say like a reward, but you gotta take some time out, like, of just working like that, or your body going to not just deplete it's going to deplete in all areas, not just, it's going to deplete in energy. It's going to deplete from mind, body, and soul. And so you're going to be walking around like a zombie, which I was. That's why no matter, some days, no matter what I did, all I can just do was just go back to nature. Go back into and meditate, ground myself. I was even still making messages at this time too. But like, there were times where like, it was just so much. I had did so much that I had depleted myself so many times. I just went into depletion in so many times. But I only said that to say, because I know that there's other people that are going through this as well. And it's something about me saying this message so you can see where you maybe got it, and it's time to take a step back, rejuvenate, rest and rejuvenate, and allow yourself. My vehicle is on right now, so it just made that noise because it's about to cut off because I'm parked. But going back to what I was saying, it's wanting you to rest and rejuvenate right now, because it needs that. You're not only going, yes, you're working. Yes, you think that by you working, yeah, you may be making all this money. Or how about this? Yeah, you may be making all this money, but one second. Yeah, you may be making all this money, but not only are you in this process of working your body over and over and over, but you're going through an awakening as well. So your body is working double. Matter of fact, if not triple triple the effort at this time, because your body is mentally awakening, spiritually awakening, and physically you're doing. So if you are being hard on yourself right now, please don't. But I'm asking in this time, could you please give your rejuvenate and rest? Because I believe the only reason why I was able to make it out of that is because I just started listening to my body and just went out in nature. Maybe you just maybe got in this time to spend more time in nature. Take the time out and spend more time in nature. And, and sit still, even if it's for 30 minutes, even if it's for 40 minutes, because your body needs that rest. Because again, yes, we used to working. No one told us about awakening spiritually and mentally, and how that can go into overdrive, how that can be depleted, how that can, drain us. So, in this time, if you don't listen to nothing else in this message, no matter how tough it sounds of me just keep going, and everything that all I know how to do is keep going, no matter how tough that sounds, it's all good until you figure out that why a lot of people got, a lot of elder people that we know got the diseases that they got. You hear, and this isn't, I'm not going to say the diseases because I don't want to call anything out, but I be hearing certain diseases, like how, people be losing they memory and things like that. Like people be having certain, and that be from what we do to our bodies, because when we're in survival and we don't recover from it, or we don't rejuvenate from it, or we don't do what we need to do to restore our body and get our nervous system back together, get our mind, body, and soul back in balance and harmony. So I think I just said something about balance and harmony at the beginning of this message before I went all into this story. So it just circles me back around into this time to be more in balance, to be more in harmony, to take time to step back. Even if you feel as though you can't, it's just something about you taking that time to take a step back, because some people don't make it out of that. I think I made a message like many months ago about how it was one lady, it had came on my YouTube feed about how like one lady had tweeted and said that she was so tired, and then the next day she didn't even wake up. She had her own business or something like that, and she was like, she said something about she's tired, but she gonna keep going or something like that. And then the next day she didn't wake up. And please know, this is not me trying to put fear in nobody's heart, because I know along this journey you're being guided, and I know that what's meant for you will be. So that's not me. If you feel as though, look, I can keep going, hey, listen, I'm here to be a guide. I'm here to bring the messages. I'm not here to tell you what to do. That's not even how I don't like people telling me what to do. I will admit this, I'm a very stubborn individual. And that's why most of the time I have to listen to these messages, or I have to listen to myself. I do a lot of talking to myself because I've realized that I do not like listening to people. And it's not because I don't think people are right, but it's just it's been so long throughout my life. And I watch people. And if your words not matching up with what you're doing, I'm not listening. And that don't mean that you're not a good person. That don't mean that you don't inspire someone else, or you can't talk to someone else or give advice to someone else. But for me, as a person who for me, I'm stubborn. I will admit that. And I've overcome so much on my own. So when certain stuff not adding up, and I just feel like, I don't know. I'm not getting into that, but going back to what I was saying, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. I just know what I went through on my spiritual awakening, and I know how intense it can be. I know how intense it can be. This awakening, it's not normal. I'm not going to say it's not normal. I'm going to say no one teaches you or tells you about these type of awakenings. They don't tell you about these type of things. They don't tell you how you gonna, they don't tell you how your energy is, how stagnant you feel, how blocked you feel. You don't really hear certain stuff. You don't hear about the spiritual warfare. You don't hear about how the thoughts that you're thinking, not yours. I mean, you hear it along the way, but you don't hear about it to prepare you. So, like, not only the thoughts that you think not yours, but the things that you're going through, it's not even your battle. The things that you're going through isn't just even yours. It's because you're breaking generational family line. Like, you're breaking generational curses. So the things that you're going through and overcoming on this spiritual awakening, it's not because it's not just from this lifetime. You going through all type of cycles that you got to close out. So it's so much. And I'm only here to be a guide along this journey. And that's why I had to calm down. Did you hear my voice kind of lower? Because it's like, I feel like I'm getting up there. And it's not up there because I'm yelling. It's up there because it's like some passion that is roaring in there, brewing in there. And, I'm going to calm down a little bit. I'm going to just bring it down a couple notches, and we're going to get back to it. So that's why I was guided to do these messages, these divine activation and healing messages, because, there's people that are going into spiritual awakenings, who are in spiritual awakenings, who may be about to finish their, not finished, but, this part of the spiritual awakening may, need some guidance, and they're about to go to a new level. So, and it also could be for people who didn't even believe in it, they don't even see this side, don't even know this exists. And then they're like, what's happening to me? And it's like going through a spiritual awakening again. There's people that's already been through it. And it could have been the person you was judging. And, it could have been the person you was judging. And you didn't know what was going on with them. And it could be now you're going through, and now you're seeing what they had to go through that you was judging. It could be something like that. It don't have to be, but it can play in those. It can be in that playground a little bit. So going back to what I was saying, this is significant at this time. You could also be seeing that numbers 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. It speaks of the depths. Everything I'm saying is making full circle. Wow. So it just speaks 666 speaks of like wisdom, knowledge. You learning throughout this journey. You're learning the depths of you. You're learning yourself. You're gaining wisdom. You're trusting in your inner guidance, your inner wisdom. That's what's happening in this time. And like, I'm just like, you may be a person that don't like to listen to people either. And that's why I'm sitting here saying, like, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to be a guide. Don't that sound more sound? Don't that sound more like, she gets it. She gets it. Because I do. And when I'm speaking, yeah, I'm trying to activate you. I'm trying to activate that heart. I'm trying to give you a different perspective. I'm trying to give you, so, and that's it. I'm not trying to make you do anything. We had to deal with that enough when we were children. People making us believe something. No. What is it? What are you trying to get me to see that you're not seeing? What are you doing right now? And it's still happening. But as you grow, as you heal, you will be able to see what's going on, and you'll be able to call it out and be like, nope, I'm not taking parts of that. I'm not taking any parts of that. That don't make sense to me. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? Because you'll realize that a lot of things were projections, have been insecurities, have been hatred towards the individual that's speaking it or saying it, or the groups that's saying it, or you'll just realize just so much. That's what you're going to be realizing along this journey as well, So I'm going to leave it here.